And now, Andrew Does Everything proudly presents Cinderella, based on the story of Cinderella. Once upon a time, there lived a young girl named Cinderella. Cinderella had 5 ugly, mean stepsisters named Tasha, Hannah, Rena, and the twins Ellie and Emmy. Tasha, Hannah, Rena, Ellie, and Esme made Cinderella do all the chores. Sweep the floors, wash the dishes, do it all, said Tasha, Hannah, Rena, Ellie, and Emmy all together. One day, the king of Tripleville's messenger said, Hear ye, the king of Tripleville is going to throw a ball, and whoever has the most beautiful gown and crown shall marry his son, Prince Stripling. But Cinderella is not welcome. Her stepsisters are... Tasha said, He's going to marry me. Hannah said, No way, Tasha. He's going to marry me. Rena said, Both of you are wrong. He's going to marry me. Ellie said, All 3 of you are wrong. He's going to marry me. Emmy said, Are you kidding, sister? He's going to marry me. Later, Cinderella is so sad because she cannot go to the ball. Suddenly, Cinderella's fairy godmother asks what's wrong. Why are you crying, Cinderella? She asks. Cinderella responds, I can't go to the ball and marry Prince Stripling. The fairy godmother said, I can help with a bit of magic. She waved her magic wand and chanted the magic word. Triply, trappily, triply, true. And then Cinderella's chores are all done, but the fairy godmother said she's not done. He then said, Cinderella, go fetch me a good old pumpkin. Luckily, Cinderella has 3 pumpkins. The fairy godmother waved her magic wand and chanted the magic word, triply, trappily, troppily, true. And then the 3 pumpkins turned into a handsome coach drawn by 6 strong horses. And then Cinderella's do-rag and red dress turned into a gown and crown. Cinderella said, I've never seen such a triple-tastic crown and gown. And get a load of my glass slippers. The fairy godmother said, Have fun, Cinderella, but I would warn you. Return home before midnight, or the spell will be broken. Cinderella accepted the warning. Meanwhile, at the ball, Prince Stripling was wondering who he should marry. Tasha, Hannah, Rena, Ellie, and Emmy say all together, He's walking towards me! But he's not walking towards any of them. But he's walking towards Cinderella. Cinderella and Prince Stripling dance together. But later, Cinderella realized it's almost midnight, so she scurried out of the ball. And she's running so fast that she lost one of her glass slippers. Prince Stripling was so worried. He afraid that he might never see Cinderella again. So he traveled around Tripleville to find her and brought the tiny glass slipper with him. He knocked on the door of the house where Cinderella and her ugly, mean stepsisters lived. Ladies, I have a favor to ask. Can you try on this glass slipper? Tasha first. Hannah second. Rena third, and the twins last, but none of their feet fit. Suddenly, Prince Stripling noticed Cinderella singing. She exclaimed, Prince Stripling, is that you? Prince Stripling said, Of course it's me. Frila gets so excited because she's happy to have Prince Tripling back. And he doesn't need to put on the glass slipper back on Frila's foot because it's so uncomfortable. And they both live happily ever after. The end. And now, Andrew's Doers, Andrew Does Everything, proudly presents 18erella. It is based on the story of Cinderella with a bit of a plot twist. Let's tell you the story, shall we? Once upon a time, there was a young woman named 18erella. 18erella had eight ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters named Eliza, Isabella, Georgia, Hannah, Tasha, Eleonora, Esme, and Naomi. All eight of them constantly made fun of 18erella and made her do all the chores. 18er wench! Sweep the floors, wash the dishes, do it all, said them all together. And then one day, the king of Otto the Cullingham's messenger arrives and says, "Hear ye, hear ye! The king of Otto the Cunningham, his kind-hearted, bold, wise majesty is going to throw a ball, and whoever has the most beautiful gown and crown shall marry his son, Prince Otto the Coupling." "Can I come?" asks 18erella, but she's not welcome. Her ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters are Eliza, Isabella, Georgia, Hannah, Tasha, Eleonora, Esme, and Naomi are overjoyed. They ran with huge excitement and picked out dresses to wear to the ball. Later, 18erella is so sad, doing chores about not going to the ball and marrying Prince Otto the Coupling. Suddenly, her fairy godmother arrives and comforts 18erella. There now, 18erella. I can help with a bit of magic. Nobody will know it's you, she said. She then waves her magic wand. And because of that, and not a minute too soon, 18erella's chores are all done. But her fairy godmother is not done yet. She said, 18erella, go fetch me a pumpkin. Luckily, 18erella has 18 pumpkins and 36 mice. 18erella's fairy godmother waves her magic wand to turn the 18 pumpkins into a handsome coach, the 36 mice into horses, and 18erella's rift clothes into a gown and crown. 18erella said, I've never seen such a Otto-tastic gown! And get a load of my glass slippers! Fairy godmother, how could I ever thank you enough? And climbs into the coach. 18erella's fairy godmother said, well, you can't. But have fun, 18erella. But I will warn you, return home before midnight, or the spell will be broken and everything will change back to normal. And so, 18erella accepts the warning. Meanwhile, at the ball, Prince Otto Coupling was wondering who he should marry. Wondering who to marry, Prince Otto the Coupling? Asked the wise, bold, kind king of Otto the Cunningham. To which Prince Otto the Coupling responds, yes, father. Eliza, Isabella, Georgia, Hannah, Tasha, Eleonora, Esme, and Naomi asked him for marriage one by one, but Prince Otto the Coupling angrily denies their request. 18erella arrives at the ball just in time. Prince Otto the Coupling then sees her, walks straight towards her and says, you must be 18erella. May I please have this dance? Yes, I would be happy to, said 18erella. 18erella and Prince Otto the Coupling dance happily together. But later, 18erella realizes it's almost midnight, so she scurried out of the ball. And she was running so fast that she lost her glass slippers. Prince Otto the Cuddling was really worried that he might never see her again. The king of Otto the Cuddling comforts him by saying, There, now, son. I think we'll be able to find a Cinderella. And so, the next day, Prince Otto the Cuddling and the king of Otto the Cuddling traveled all around Otto the Cuddling to find a Cinderella who captured Prince Otto the Cuddling's heart and brought the 2 glass slippers she lost with them. By the time they arrived, Prince Otto the Cuddling knocks on the door of the house where a Cinderella and her 8 ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters lived. But instead of a Cinderella, they find her ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters. Prince Otto the Cuddling then says, Ladies, my father, the king of Otto the Cuddling and I have a favor to ask. Can any of you try on these 2 glass slippers? Eliza is first, but her feet are too big. Isabella is next, but her feet are too small. Nonsense! They fit! The rest did the same, but none of their feet are the right size. Suddenly, Prince Otto the Cuddling and the king of Otto the Cam noticed a Cinderella sweet singing. Prince Otto the Cuddling and the king of Otto the Cuddling, your kind, bold, and wise majesty. Is that you guys? She heard excitedly. A Cinderella, my dear daughter-in-law, we found you! Exclaims the king of Otto the Cuddling. And so, the king of Otto the Cuddling, the 8 Cinderella, and Prince Otto the Cuddling lived happily ever after. The end. I hope you enjoyed this story, Andrews Doers. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and Andrews Everything, and buy our merchandise at andrewseverything.com. Take care! And I'm been debating on making some sequels. Bye! And now, Andrews Everything proudly presents 45-erella. It is based on the story of Cinderella with a bit of a plot twist. Let's tell you the story, shall we? Once upon a time, there was a young adult girl named 45-erella. 45-erella had 9 ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters named Farah, Ophelia, Ramona, Tanya, Yadina, Fiona, Isabella, Verona, and Ella. All of them constantly made fun of 45-erella and made her do all the chores. 45-er wench! Sweep the floors, wash the dishes, do it all, said them all together. One day, the king of 40 Queen Quadriga Tottenham's messenger arrives and says, Hear ye, the king of Queen Quadriga Tottenham, his royal, kind, wise, bold majesty, is going to throw a ball, and whoever has the most beautiful gown and crown shall marry his son, Prince Queen Quadriga Toppling. Can I come? Asked 45-erella. She's not welcome. Her ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters are. They ran with huge excitement and picked out dresses to wear to the ball, but argue over who will marry Prince Queen Quadriga Toppling. He's going to marry me, said Farah, the oldest stepsister, but her younger sisters disagree. They even tear 45-erella's best party dress. Later, 45-erella is so sad, distraught, and upset about not going to the ball and marrying Prince Queen Quadriga Toppling. Suddenly, her fairy godmother arrives and comforts 45-erella. There now, my dear 45-erella, she said. I'll fix everything for you. Nobody will know it's you. She then waves her magic wand. Because of that, 45-erella's chores are all done. But her fairy godmother's not done yet. She said, 45rella, go fetch me a pumpkin and some mice. Luckily, 45rella has 45 pumpkins and 90 mice. 45rella's fairy godmother waves her magic wand again to turn the 45 pumpkins into a handsome coach, the 90 mice into horses, and fixes 45rella's now torn dress and makes it bigger and better. 45rella said, I've never seen such a quadrigen-tastic gown! And get it out of my glass slippers! Fairy godmother, how can I ever thank you enough? And climbed to the coach. 45rella's fairy godmother said, well, 45rella, my dear, you can't but have fun, but I will warn you. Return home before midnight, or the spell will be broken and everything will change back to the way it was before. And gave her a clock to tell her what time it is. And so, 45rella accepted the warning. Meanwhile, at the ball, the king of Queen Quadrigen Tumblingham says, good evening, everyone. Prince Queen Quadrigen Tumbling was wondering who he should marry. Isn't that right, son? To which Prince Queen Quadrigen Tumbling responds, yes, father. Suddenly, 45rella arrives at the ball just in time. He's walking towards me! Say Farah, Ophelia, Ramona, Tanya, Irina, Fiona, Isabella, Verona, and Ella all together. But Prince Queen Quadrigen Tumbling is not walking towards any of them. He's walking towards 45rella. He then says, may I please have this dance in which 45rella responds, I will be delighted and happy to. And so, 45rella and Prince Queen Quadrigen Tumbling dance happily together, but later. As 45rella checks her clock and it's almost midnight. So she scurried out of the ball and she was running so fast that she lost one of her glass slippers. Prince Queen Quadrigen Tumbling was really worried that he might never see 45rella again. The king of Queen Quadrigen Tumblingham comforts him by saying, there now, son. I think we'll be able to find 45rella, my dear daughter-in-law. And so, the king of Queen Quadrigen Tumblingham and the prince of Queen Quadrigen Tumbling began their journey all around the neighborhood, Queen Quadrigen Tumblingham, to find 45rella, and brought the glass slippers she lost with them. By the time they arrive, Prince Queen Quadrigen Tumbling knocks on the door of the house where 45rella and her 9 ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters lived. But instead of 45rella, they find Fiona to Ella. Prince Queen Quadrigen Tumbling says, Ella, ladies, my father, the king of Queen Quadrigen Tumblingham, and I have a favor to ask. Can any of you try on this glass slipper? Farah is first, but her foot is too so big. Olivia is next, but her foot is too small. Nonsense! It fits, she said. The rest did the same, but none of their feet are the right size. Suddenly, they noticed 45rella sweet singing. Your kind, bold, wise majesty. Prince Quadrigen Tumbling, is that you guys? She heard excitedly. My dear daughter-in-law, 45rella, we found you, said the king of Queen Quadrigen Tumblingham. And the glass slipper fits. And then 45rella, the king of Queen Quadrigen Tumblingham, and the Prince Queen Quadrigen Tumbling lived happily ever after. The end. I hope you enjoyed this story, underdoers. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share on Does Everything, and buy our merchandise at EnderDoesEverything.com. And take care. Bye.